Back in America, a young Brooklyn producer was about to redefine house for the 90s.
I listened to house music in '85 and '86, and at that time, house music could be anything. You know, it was like acid was house music. If it had an 808 beat and a more of electronic feel, it was house music. If it had a soulful vocal and a piano chords in it, that was house music, you know? And I like that. I like where I could jump around a little bit and go work with my moods. You know, I had many moods. I was happy one day, some days I was depressed. You know, by the time I was like 19 and well into making records, all that really didn't interest me. I still was like 19 and being rebellious. I didn't want to do music that was popular. I wanted to do music that was cool, underground, and, you know, represented me and, you know, the youth or whatever, you know. But I still thought I was making house music. I thought the track was done, needs one other element, something to put on top of it. Eventually I came across this sample, it's Ecstasy, and I was just like, wow, that works with the track. But because of the time, because of the feel of the track, because it was a darker house record, which became techno or whatever, people were like, Ecstasy, you know, that's a drug record, that's a drug anthem. He means ecstasy, you know, the drug or whatever.
I don't think anybody expected for Joey to come out the way he did. And Energy Flash was some other shit. You know, it was really some other shit. It was like, I don't know how to explain it. It was a nice track though, it still is today.
I think that broke the back of a lot of things. You know, it was just so different. Wow, 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 wow.
I think for me, it was hearing it for the first time about 7 in the morning at sort of as close as we can get to Stonehenge Krusty Festival thing, the Spiral Tribe. And I was saying, right, I'm going to go to my tent now, I've had enough. And the sun was coming up and someone just started playing that, and I just thought, what the hell is that? And it just sounded like how I felt, do you know what I mean? This crazy sound. It was just, I can't believe this record. It's so hard and mad and, you know.
Great, brilliant records. I mean, I know people that even aren't into house music or techno have heard that and gone, what's this? This record's mad. And that's like 10 years after it was released.
Energy Flash redefined the limits of dance music. But its dark minimalism and brooding intensity was too much for the house scene.
I guess maybe I was disillusioned because, you know, I guess in England they just said, no, this is techno, son. You're making techno records, and we're going to call you techno. We're going to sell your stuff. We're going to like it and whatever. But as long as you have that techno label affixed to you, you know. But, you know, I thought I was making house music. You know, I just thought I was making house music, but with a different edge.
Too hardcore for New York, Beltram found his spiritual home in Europe. Clubs like Rage in London, house was getting harder, darker. DJs pitched records up on the decks to increase the tempo.
It was about fucking just getting down, getting nuts. Do you know what I mean? That's what it was about. People going fucking mental. That's all this club was about. And yeah, we were filled on drugs. Yeah, it was off our tits, going fucking ballistic. But that's what it was about.
When I played at Rage for the first time, well, the atmosphere, that was the first place I ever saw with a laser. That was just like, swallowed up the whole dance floor.
It was just absolutely mad. There's this fucking laser going mental on people's heads.
Just walking in, the energy and the vibe and everything, it was crazy.
Fucking everyone's got the shirts off going absolutely fucking mental, you know what I mean, on these podiums going crazy, and I thought, fucking hell, this is intense.
You know, you had it from models to hippies to students to stockbrokers. We're just all in there, just, you know, loving the music.
Because it was like, you saw black people, white people, and it was just like, people were just raving, whistling, shouting, there was horns going off, and it was like a football match, you know what I mean?
Hardcore. It wasn't just a sound, but a whole attitude.
Because I was like there, always trying to think, I'm gonna design a fucking tune. I've got the tune, this is gonna fuck people up. You know, I'll be fucking dropping E's in like fucking 5 a night, I'll be fucking off my tits. So, well, guys, I'm buzzing, let's make music. So, I heard this tune last night, I heard this, and you you start fucking around and things start coming out. The thing you can't forget, the instinctive thing, all I wanted the people to do was dance. I EQ'd Terminator on about 5 E's and I was standing on the fucking desk on the roof. I remember the first time I played the tune, I was like, fucking hell. My fucking hair went like whap, straight up. And I remember I just closed my eyes and I was fucking buzzing off my nut. I just came up with about 2 eddies. I just felt this whole I felt like I am the fucking king of this club, right? And I just felt this warm beam across me.
You're talking about things I haven't done yet.
People didn't know what the fuck was going on. I was like, what the fuck is this? It was just like bending people's fucking prisms open. You know? I was like, what the fuck is that? I don't know what I'd done. I didn't even realise what I'd done.
Terminator is out there.
Goldie took hardcore's breakbeat and hammered it into a whole new sound. Drum and bass.
I didn't want it to be about my mother or about Timeless or about, you know what I mean, a select piece of music. It was just about making people fucking dance. That's it.
The sound was getting like really dark and like heavy. Tempos started to speed up a little, and it just got like a lot more sophisticated than it was. It wasn't just like really simple kind of dub B lines anymore. We started like to get more into like the synthesis of like the bass lines, and like it wasn't just like sampling a hip hop break and speeding it up anymore. It was actually using like samples like chopped up and loops, reversing them, and the whole process basically got like a lot more sophisticated.
I remember seeing Derek, man, I met him previously before that, and somebody says, that's the guy that did Strings of Life. Oh, fuck. And always in the back of my mind was, I'm gonna fucking freak that guy out. Because I always wanted to freak out the guys that were making the fucking music. And I remember saying, I said to him, look, Derek, I want to play you something in the car, but I don't need to fucking get out of the car. He said, what do you mean? It's like, what do you fucking mean? That's why it's like 22 minutes long, you know what I mean? So he's like, what? I'm like, it's 22 minutes long. He's like, alright, so, but you can't speak though, I just want to play this again. So I sat him in the car and I just fucking pressed play and I thought, fucking see you later.
Inner city life took drum and bass into realms of sophistication previously unthought of.
He came into my office. He sat down in front of me and said, what do you want? I said, oh yeah, you're good. So, of course I'm fucking good. What do you want? He's really aggressive. And then he sort of threw this cassette at me. And I didn't know what I was going to get. And I had to sit there for 20 minutes, 22 minutes to be precise, and listen to Inner City Life. And I said, right, where do I sign?
Goldie's debut album, Timeless, catapulted drum and bass out of the clubs and into the charts.
When I met Goldie, I was probably as excited about him as a sort of star as I was about his music. I mean, I was knocked out by his music, but I really did think, you know, that my time had come. That, you know, after say not signing Soul to Soul or Nana Cherry or whatever, this was the next one to come along that could be a truly international megastar.
No matter what happens, I will never make another piece like Timeless. I will never make, you know, Timeless will always be the best drum and bass album ever. You will never ever beat that album.